Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. 1. In the words of DJ Khaled, another one. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego and I'm back with some more boxing. This just in breaking. Deontay Wilder currently needs an opponent for his February fight. Hometown fight. It's a feel good. It was a tune-up style fight because he's coming off of a hand injury and he tore his bicep in his last fight. And his opponent from Poland failed his drug test, so he's out of the equation. Now Wilder's again looking for a dance partner for February 25th. And I think he's fighting in Birmingham, Alabama or somewhere. Man, shout out to Bronze Bomber. It is very apparent. A lot of people, it's funny because people bash him and say Wilder's not this and that and this is who can beat him and stuff like that. But you see opponent after opponent and it doesn't look like people want to shoot the fair one with them. They want some kind of strategic enhancement or advantage. Now, I don't know what Andrzej Wawrzyk from Poland, I don't know what he was on because they didn't like disclose what it is, but it's obviously something that's banned. So I'm done with these fighters not knowing what's going into their body. Pause. Like, that's not it doesn't sound logical that these fighters keep testing positive and it's just, oh, I ate the meat. My team gave me something. Like, this is not the Matrix, red or blue pill. You live and you learn. Like, that's not how it goes. You're a professional athlete. For Wawrzyk, the best name on his resume is Alexander Povetkin, who also failed a drug test and then failed another drug test, but one time when he was supposed to fight Deontay Wilder, and there was a little bit of a gray area because his drug that he initially tested positive for, the meldonium, was recently banned. It was a drug produced in Russian pharmacies, and I quote, the side effects of meldonium, one person who has knowledge of it, I forgot, it was the WBC president or something, said it gives you enhanced stamina and you can compete like the Energizer Bunny, right? But since that gray area, the WBC gave Povetkin, hey, we can't determine without a shadow of a doubt conclusively when you ingested it. Was it before the ban or after the ban? So we'll put you in the eliminator versus Bermane Stiverne. Winner of that fight is the mandatory for Deontay Wilder. Stiverne weighed in, went over to Russia. He accepted the purse bid. They were both about to make a good chunk of change because the Russian promoter, World of Boxing, had a lot of money that he offered because he's obviously rich during the purse bid. So they were going to easily make a cool $1 to $3 million or whatnot. Plus the winner had a win bonus. And once again, Povetkin fails another drug test, this time for Ostarine. So, I mean, shout out to Wilder. Like I said, a lot of people keep saying what he's capable of doing and he's going to get exposed by this person, but no one wants to fight him on an even playing field. For all these defeated people, oh, he doesn't do this technically well, and people like break down his fight game. Spilka gave him some issue, but why are these fighters constantly trying to jockey for some kind of advantage that is not something that your body naturally produces? Again, I don't know what Andrzej Wawrzyk failed for, but it was something on the banned list. And these fighters need to be held accountable. There need to be strict punishments because the message is not getting through. How do you go into a fight with a fighter who just recently, last year, which was supposed to be his last fight before Chris Arreola, had a high-profile pullout because somebody failed a drug test, and then you get caught? It's not a real good look, and it's making Wilder look like this monster that people don't want to fight him under even like rules and even like if you're naturally the more skillful fighter, then it is what it is. A lot of people had complaints about Andrzej Wawrzyk. I told you guys in the video, I'm not going to condemn the man coming off of an injury. He has a torn bicep, which he declared immediately, right? Even when they were pulling off his gloves post-fight after he stopped Chris Arreola, you see him wincing in pain, like, fuck. You see him mouth the word fuck, right? And it was revealed that he had fractured his hand, which I did a video about it. You could see the doctor literally pulling metal pins out of his hand, and he tore his bicep. So I don't think he's faking an injury. And unlike the Pacquiao injury, Pacquiao was fighting like he normally does versus Floyd Mayweather. And I didn't see him grimace in pain at all until post-fight. He's like, my shoulder. Like, no. But anyway, Wilder needs an opponent. They're saying it might be possibly Gerald Washington. He's actually from the Bay Area in the same area code as me. So shout out to the whole 707. He's from Vallejo. He might get the opportunity. He was supposed to be on the undercard possibly. And he wants a big fight. So, I mean, props if he does land that. I don't know. I haven't heard from Washington. I haven't talked to Washington. So I don't know his standpoint. Because the other thing is boxing is fickle. Even though guys want a title shot, you want it under the routine. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to think you're training for a lesser guy and then you're getting a world title shot and you can't fully prepare, because if you go in and get knocked out by Wilder, there's your title shot. Now you got to climb back up the ladder. And with only a month to prepare for Wilder, you know what I mean? Some people may or may not take it. Some people may take it. It really depends. But I mean, I really don't fault people in those situations when you don't have time to prepare. That's the biggest thing. If you had a full training camp, then it is what it is. But you have to manage your career in the sense of know the dangers. I mean, if you're 100% sure you could beat that person and you take it, or the money's good enough and you take it, that's your decision. But I also understand if people don't want to take it. I mean, look at Johann Duhaupas, right? Like I said, Alexander Povetkin failed 2 drug tests in the same year, right? And the second one was the Bermane-Stavern fight. So Don King, Bermane-Stavern, they get sent back to America and the fight's canceled. WBC says, we're not sanctioning this bout because he's not even passing a drug test yet again. We're out of here, right? And for whatever reason, the Russian sanctioning bodies allow Povetkin to continue to fight, and he fights a very last-minute replacement who had some Nike Air Maxes on. I don't even think he had boxing shoes. Go look at the tape. It looked like he had like running shoes, some Asics and shit. Anyway, former Deontay Wilder opponent, Johann Duhaupas of France, and he gets brutally knocked out by Alexander Povetkin, who just tested positive for something. So, you know what I'm saying? Boxing is a dirty game. It's a dirty business, you know what I mean? Because fighters oftentimes get these last minute calls, and that could be their career. What if, you know what I'm saying? If you're undefeated and then you get a title shot and then you lose, then you might have to climb back up the ladder, especially if you lose bad. Like Johann Duhaupas, where does he go from here? He got knocked out by Wilder in a tough fight, and then he had last minute notice, a day's notice, fought Povetkin and got stretched badly. Didn't get time to prepare, and he got brutally like sacrificed. So these fighters got to get smart. And speaking of fighters getting smart, they got to get smart in knowing what's in their body, period. If you don't have an entrusted team, then it is what it is. You need to realign your circle, you know what I'm saying, and get people. But as far as Wilder, I don't know who he's going to fight. I'll give you guys an update, but it's just sad that the dude has a hometown fight. He's training. I seen him on his Instagram and stuff. He's training like he's supposed to be, and people do not want to fight him in a fair fashion. They need to absolutely come with some strict shit for these fighters that keep failing in high-profile fights. You're getting offered an opportunity to, 1, dethrone the champion, 2, fight a guy with a name, Deontay Wilder, 3, pull an upset in his hometown, 4, fight on a major network. It's going to be on Fox. And you got guys like Andrzej Wawrzyk or whatever and Alexander Povetkin who are squandering these opportunities to be on Showtime, to be on national TV. Andrzej Wawrzyk, nobody was really talking about his name like that, right? And you had the opportunity to fight on Fox. Now you don't. And now your reputation is tarnished. Even his sole loss was to another guy who got busted for cheating 2 times and having something in his system that wasn't supposed to be in his system 2 times in 2016. So even though he got knocked out by Povetkin, how could we be sure that that was a knockout where Povetkin wasn't on something back then? We don't know these things, right? So it's a dirty game, man. And I just feel bad that Wilder, like people, another thing, I know some people didn't even want to see the Wawrzyk fight. I said it was reasonable coming off of 2 injuries basically and somewhat of a layoff. And some people didn't like that. So I don't know who they're going to pick, but it sucks because not only for the opponent who has to potentially get his title shot, not under the best circumstances and under a full training camp. Also for the champion, he has to defend his belt. It's just like Conor McGregor when guys are pulling out. He's training for RDA, Rafael dos Anjos, and then he's fighting Nate Diaz at 170, like a higher weight class. You know what I'm saying? That's not fair, because you're training for RDA, Rafael dos Anjos style, right? And then all of a sudden you're fighting Nate Diaz, a durable, taller guy that does different shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'll update you guys when it's announced who he's going to be fighting, but it sucks that he keeps going through these training camps and his opponents want to cheat. Let me know what you think. Drop in the comment section. Make sure you share the video, like the video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe to the next video. It's Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.